welcome back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked. You're still live with Expresso as we now turn to property investments. A couple of light bulbs have gone off, I'm sure. Now, I want you to think about this. Have you ever imagined making 500,000 Rand in 24 hours? I can guarantee you have. I certainly have. Well, Michael Bowen has definitely done that. Many people think of investing as a scary game, and it can be a little bit daunting, I think, but it's also the next big thing in establishing a future, your future. We talk about generational wealth, this long-term financial goal. Investment is key. And joining us this morning to unpack this topic, we welcome the very experienced property investor who started from the ground up literally and helps others to do the same, Mr. Michael Bowen. Michael, great to connect with you, my friend.
Thank you very much. What a lovely audience you have, and what a great place you have.
You've already had about 5 different conversations with different people about property investments. I'm sorry, but that's what it's going to be like here, because people, I think, are desperate to start that journey. They want to be able to create some kind of long-term investment plan. So how does investing with Michael Bowen work? Where do we start?
Where do we start? So, first of all, investing isn't necessarily with me, it's with my team. And so I want to break down quickly what investing really is. Investing is the traditional person goes and works, and they exchange time for their money. And what investing is, you're actually exchanging money for more money. And the nice part about that is you don't need to keep working harder and harder, but you actually work smarter and smarter.
The money works harder and harder.
Money works harder and harder, which is the way you want it to have happen. And it can work in parallel to what you're doing. Whatever it is you're doing, and many of our investors do that. They come and invest with us whilst they work a 9-to-5 job in order to build up additional streams of income, as well as that wealth. And that wealth one is a big one. And if I may, can I give you 2 examples of the properties we've gone into? So that property I just spoke about now, that 500,000 Rand profit we made, essentially we went out to solve problems. And that's what we do as property investors. We look for people with problems and we go, how can we help you? And most of the times they want to sell property quickly and they've got other financial challenges, and we go in and we help them out. Now that one we bought at 1.1 million, and the next day I had an offer in at 1.65 million, making 500,000 and basically in 24 hours. And those are the kind of deals we love. Now, around property investing, there's kind of 2 parts to it. The first part is you want to get the bank to finance the majority of the purchase.
Okay.
So anybody coming in, you've got to make sure that you've got great credit and you want to be able to purchase that part of the property. But the second part is you've got problems to solve, both for the seller and for yourself. And that's where we take investor cash. And we like to bring people along that journey with us. And those are the deals we love. And the second the second property I want to talk about then is we recently did a deal in Bloemfontein. And now Bloemfontein, not everyone thinks of Bloemfontein as
the prime spot, yeah.
Prime spot in South Africa, but it is. Anywhere in this country, anybody can make money anywhere. And so we found this property in Bloemfontein, a small 39 square meter apartment. And the seller wanted to sell very quickly. We had the cash available and we bought it. And we actually started making money, about 9,000 Rand in the first month before we even owned the property. So before we took ownership, we were already making money. And that's what we like. And that money went straight away back to paying the investor his loan back. And we offer great interest rates back to our investors. And that's investing.
I love that. You have made it sound really simple, but obviously that's the compound knowledge of years of playing in that space to be able to identify the problem, then obviously the solution, and there in the transaction that's going to make you the money. Is it safe? And am I guaranteed of a return on that investment?
I love that question. So with us, yes. First question is it safe? So we work with banks. Banks are going to finance a property. So there's no bank in this country who's not going to finance a property that's got no value to it. There has to be a value to it in order to get that 100% bond. So there's the first part of, is it safe? Second part is, am I going to get my money back? And I'd rather just use a live example, and a very real example, which some of the people in this country are definitely going through. So my own father worked for 45 years to get a retirement income. Now, at the end of that, he gets this nice little retirement income, which sits there on the market, generating about 5% interest. But that retirement fluctuates, that income, and that variance goes on the stock market. The stock markets fluctuate quite quickly. So he invested with us. And within 1 year, we've given him all his retirement money back.
Wow.
That's retirement money. It's a life earning. We've given him all that back, plus his interest. 3 times more than what he got or was getting before. Does that say it's safe or not when you're using your own parents' retirement income? If I lost that.
Yeah. Well, you'd be using a different story now.
I'd be using a vast
but I love that, and it does speak to a level of trust, because you have to enter into the space with an understanding that there is going to be trust there. How can people get in touch with you? What's the best way to start this journey?
So there's multiple ways to start on the journey. You can start like I did about, 19 years ago now, and you read the book, The Rich Dad, Poor Dad book, which is a well-known book, and you go out and you buy a property and you do what I did, and you lose 20,000 euros in month one. That's one way of not doing it. What we prefer is kind of giving people the education. So we say, come and work with us, come and invest with us, and we'll actually show you the ins and the outs of the deal. We're not going to give you a book. We're going to bring you in.
Walk you through, yeah.
We're going to walk you through it. And that example in Bloemfontein is a prime example. Our investor, Nick, came and invested with us, and he came through from the beginning. How we found the property, how we financed the property, the conversations you have back and forth with the bank to ensure the great interest rate and the prime lending or prime minus, and actually make sure you secure the deal at the right price. So we say, come and work with us. Watch how we do it, and then go and do it. So in essence, we're actually going to pay you to learn.
Yeah, teach them how
We're going to teach you how to do it, and we love doing that. We love sharing. That's our prime goal in life, is to teach more. It's why we want to go into schools and teach them about property investing from a young age, to think on a business.
It should be
mindset.
one of the cornerstones of our financial makeup. I absolutely get that. Oh man, I wish we had more time. I have no doubt more people are going to corner you on the way out. So I don't know what you charge by the hour, but hopefully you're going to make something back from this investment. Thank you so much for taking this first step. I know a lot of people are looking for that long-term wealth generation. This could be the safest way of doing it, but I love the fact that you're going to walk through this journey, create a vehicle, a mechanism for creating wealth, and repeat that over and over. But you are learning and working with an amazing team. Buddy, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Thanks for all the advice off the books. Maybe this is that moment for you to start looking at your own financial journey. This could be the time for you to start investing now. This is a great way to take that first step.
It is also time for us to have a final look at those news headlines.